For the outreach project, I've chosen to clean up a park, help out at the Northwest Harvest, and last but not least, help out at a clothing bank drive. So the reason I chose these volunteering works is because if I'm gonna be asked to do volunteering stuff, then might as well do something that's hardworking and that helps a lot of people. Like for the Northwest Harvest, it feeds thousands and thousands of families after you've packaged all of these food. And then for the clothing bank drive, it helps out families with the warm clothing that's been donated. And for the parks, it makes the parks pretty for everyone to walk on and just make Earth pretty in general. Throughout this video, expect to see videos of me cleaning up park, like pulling out weeds, also being in an assembly line to package food. In my most honest opinion, I think this project is really helpful. I mean, rather than sitting there and writing about something, it's very helpful to go out and actually do something so we can get the experience of what it feels like to help out people. And without further ado, here are my clips from my volunteering works. So as an intro to the park cleanup activity, before doing this volunteering work, I was expecting to be pulling weeds out and probably plant new flowers or plants to get ready for the summer, and then put soil on top to make it all nice and pretty. And I expected to be dealing with a lot of thorns and stuff because I have done the park cleanups before and we dealt with blackberry bushes. So maybe a lot of that because like blackberries spread pretty fast. And here are my activities.
My name's Debbie. I'm the volunteer park steward for North Meridian Park. I've been volunteering here for probably about the past 4 years, maybe 5.
We weeded the weed and then we mulched it. It was covered in weed with the algae. Now it's covered in soil. Beautifully clean. Hi Debbie, what inspired you to be at this job, or to do what you do?
When I first started, I myself was looking for community service hours and came across City of Kent, the Green Kent program online. So I volunteered at North Meridian Park and loved it.
Yeah.
And the volunteer lead at the time talked me into, after months and months of bugging me, talked me into going to one of the meetings, and I ended up joining.
Okay.
Been for about 4 years.
So you do this professionally now?
Nope.
This is your main job?
I am just a volunteer.
Oh, you
nope,
are?
This
okay,
is just for the fun of it.
Oh,
I have a full-time job outside of here.
Oh, I got it. All right. Thank you. So I'm done with the volunteer and I feel like because I've never done anything like this before, and I feel like it's really fun because in the sunny weather, people should get out and enjoy nature, you know? It's special. It's what's special about Earth. So I feel like this was a good choice that I decided to go here and help out, enjoy the nature with other people. The other people that volunteered here liked nature as well. It was really fun, actually. Yeah. So we're here at the clothing bank drive. We're getting ready for people to come in and take the clothes. So I'm expecting maybe handing out food and then crowd control and a little bit of cleaning up after the volunteering work. Also, maybe folding the clothes. So apparently it's going to be really chaotic in here once it starts. I talked to someone who did this before, and she said that we are going to help families mark down what they're supposed to get and what they're not supposed to get. Also, I think we're going to pick up hangers and clothes that are on the ground and then clean up, because the place is like Goodwill and it's gonna get chaotic. She said it's gonna look like Black Friday, so hopefully it's gonna be fun. Hopefully we'll get some work to do. I think we'll have plenty of work to do because since it's gonna be pretty chaotic. Where does this little shoe go? Oh, I think it's the topper section. Yeah. Excuse me? I don't need something like that.
You is hard at work. Just picking up hangers right now because we gotta pick the hangers so that new clothes can go on them later. Because we have to fix the hangers.
Yes. They're all over the place.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that were in this area.
These shirts, they don't even like stay on very well. See, see that? It falls.
Yeah, so we gotta like organize it. She's doing a real good job too.
And then the empty ones we take out.
Which is a lot. People don't use hangers. They
Yeah.
don't need the hangers. They just take the clothes and they leave them.
Oh, either that or they drop on the ground.
On the ground.
On the ground.
On the ground. So, we just finished the clothing drive. It was so chaotic in there. I mean, oh my lord. There were people all over the place. I think they were being timed because they were so fast. And then I heard the lady who was coordinating the event, I heard that she was like calling out people's name and like whose turn to get socks and whose turn to get gloves and stuff like that. So I think it was probably timed. I noticed that people, they came there and then they picked out some of the thickest stuff, the warm stuff, especially the warm stuff. They don't go for like the fashionista stuff. They go for the warm stuff because I think because they can't afford it. Because again, this event is for families in the lower class. So I think, yeah, they just trying to get as many warm clothes as possible. Also, yeah, I was not expecting it to be this crazy. I really underestimated how many people in poverty there are in Kent, Washington. Actually surprised me that there are this many people who are in need of warm clothes. Another thing, the volunteering work really affected me because, I don't know, I mean, like, for myself, my parents have the money to afford for my clothes and everything, and I work and I can't afford for my clothes, but then these people who just migrated here with probably very little money, and they have to like go and look for clothes that are already used for themselves, and it makes me appreciate what I have. And actually keep working hard for my job so I can have money and afford for myself. That's it for my clothing bank reflection. Bye. So I'm here at Northwest Harvest. From what I've seen online, through the pictures, it looks like there's going to be like an assembly line, and then people are going to stand on an assembly line, and then I think packaging food is what I'm expecting today. I think we are packaging food for the homeless, plus some other organizations. I don't know yet. I might get some more information on it once I actually do start. So here's the entrance. Got it? Make sure to get my face though. He wants our whole body.
I'm so glad I don't have to do this. We don't have a senior project or anything.
It's okay, I'll make the voice. So I just finished the volunteering thing. It was exactly what I expected it to be. We packaged food. Today we did oats, and I think they're different every single day. We had a assembly line, and then everyone like put in the food, and they seal the food. At the end of the day, I feel like this is a really good thing to do because it helps the people that are in need of food and they can't afford for themselves. I think, to be very completely honest with you, I think I would come back here and do it without having my hours count, because I don't know, I feel like it's a really meaningful thing to do, like not to be deep or anything. I feel like it's really helpful compared to like the park stuff, you just make the park pretty. But this one, you actually help someone. Like today, I think we made 2,600 pounds of food, which feeds around 2,000 people. I think, I don't know, thinking about that makes me feel really like helpful. It's really good. I liked the volunteering today, and it wasn't hard work either. It was pretty easy, just stand and then do your work, and it's pretty relaxing doing the same thing over and over again. Yep, that's it.
To wrap up this video, I'd like to say that this project has taught me more about volunteering works, because I'm a member of the National Honor Society, which is pretty much a volunteering club, and I do volunteering stuff for hours to get my cords in the end of the year. But this particular volunteering project is different because we don't get to freely choose what we do, because a lot of times in NHS I would have to choose. I would choose like any kind of opportunities, volunteering opportunities that I can get hours for. But for this one, it's more specific, and we need to check through with Mr. Valise to make sure that the volunteering opportunity is the right kind and that we can get credit for. So I feel like because of that, we get to do different kinds of volunteering works. And like, for example, I've never done a clothing bank drive before, which was a really eye-opener because it was like Black Friday when we did it. Seeing these people in need of warm clothes, it taught me to obviously appreciate more of what I have. And when I was doing it, I felt like a worker at Black Friday, because it just puts you in a situation where you can feel how others are going through. Because for the park cleanup, I don't really have time to myself to enjoy nature, but for this volunteering opportunity, I get to stay outside and do some gardening work, and that it's just an experience like I rarely get to enjoy. And once it's done, you get to look at the work that you've done, and you're just amazed by how much has changed from the beginning of the volunteering work to the end. And also for the Northwest Harvest, it was great because coming in that place, it was like a warehouse, and I didn't expect it to be like that, because I've gone to Salvation Army before, where we like package stuff for other people, and it's different because it's just in boxes and you just package it. But then over here in Northwest Harvest, we actually we're in an assembly line and everyone's doing their stuff. So when I was doing the volunteering work and I was filming myself, people were looking at me, and I feel like this is kind of bad in a way, because it feels like you're there just to film yourself and you're actually not doing the actual volunteering work. I kind of felt guilty for doing it, but then after I filmed and I put on my camera, I tried my best to do work to show that I'm just not there to film myself and get the credit. Yeah, in the past when I did like volunteering work, I didn't film myself anymore, so I was like very focused in the work that I was doing. So filming was a way to prove that I did the work, but I feel like the filming really I feel like the filming took me away from it. Yeah. I feel like the filming took me away from being involved in the activity and do my job right. But then at the end of the day, I do understand that the filming does help prove that